Hello. Let's take a look at finding zeros in equations and all sorts of fun stuff. Okay, so our first examples, we are given some information about our polynomials and we want to create the equation, and specifically just in factor form, two different factor forms. We'll talk about it when we get closer to it. Initially, look at the degree, and the degree tells you how many zeros there are. So degree three zeros. How many zeros are you told? And what's the missing zero? Like that. So in this case, we have the conjugate zero for x equals 3 minus I. We'll use the conjugate, and that will be the third zero, like that. All righty. We're going to start off by turning the imaginary zeros into factors. And this is kind of a it is a time saver, reducing the amount of work you do in order to answer the two questions. So I always do this first, like that. And to turn a zero into a factor, you just go x minus the entire factor. That was the factor theorem that we had before. Alrighty, and then multiply everything out. That was in way back at the beginning of the semester when we multiplied different kind of polynomials and binomials and trinomials and such like that. Also way back at the beginning of the semester, we had our imaginary stuff. And remember, I squared is -1. So when we subtract I squared, we're going to add 1. And then, of course, combine the like terms and all that stuff. So this is the quadratic we're going to use in the second answer, and it's going to help us determine the leading coefficient because we don't know what that is. So we need to take that extra point, in this case, the y-intercept, and plug it in there. So I've got my quadratic factor. I took the other zero. X minus the 0 is the factor, and I'm going to plug the x and y values for the y-intercept, solve for the leading coefficient, and then just write my two answers at the end. The first one is just the straight linear. I haven't done anything other than calculate the leading coefficient. And then the second one, we want to have the quadratic that got rid of all the imaginary stuff. So then just write it out and you're good to go.